Hi, my name is Kirsten. I just want to start off by saying that anything you say is just between us, unless there's a problem with anyone's safety, yours, or anyone else's. So that being said, what brings you in here today?
My teacher suggested I come talk to you because my grades haven't been good.
Okay, what classes are you taking?
History, math, English, science, all the basic stuff.
Alright, what classes out of those do you enjoy the most?
Math,
Okay. And then what classes are you struggling the most in?
history, and science.
History and science. Those are hard topics.
Yeah.
And then what part of the classes do you think are presenting the problem for you?
I just have a hard time, learning about stuff that happened already. Like in history, not my favorite.
Okay. So, before your grades started to slip, what was your grades like?
In the 90s, really. They were pretty high.
And what are they now?
70s, 60s.
Okay. So a little bit of a drop there.
Yeah.
What would a good grade look like for you in a class?
Probably in the 90s.
So it's a bit below what you're getting now, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Did you notice any changes going on in your life about the time that you started getting lower grades?
There's been problems at home, but that's been it, really.
Can you elaborate on those problems?
My mom and dad have just been fighting, so I've been taking care of my younger siblings.
How many younger siblings do you have?
3.
3, wow.
Yeah.
And how old are they?
10, 5, and 3.
Wow, that's a hard load to carry.
Yeah.
Do you have any safe spaces that you could go and do homework if you needed to?
I could go to my grandparents.
Okay, how far away are they from your house?
20 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had any health changes around this time also? Or is it just the things going on at home?
Just the things going on at home.
Okay. How long has this been going on, would you say?
Like a month or so.
Okay. Do you also involve yourself in any activities like hobbies or extracurriculars at school or any sports?
I run cross country and track.
Oh wow, that's awesome. How do those impact your priorities?
I feel like running is one of my main priorities, and then taking care of my siblings is my top priority. So school kind of is behind that, I guess.
So what I'm hearing is running is your top priority, and then taking care of your younger siblings is your second, and school comes last. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. How, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much would you say that this situation is a problem for you?
A 10.
A 10? And how do you think your family views it?
I don't think my younger siblings really know what's happening. My 10-year-old sister might know, but I don't know. My parents don't really see, how it's affecting us, I guess.
And how does your family view education? Like your parents?
My mom and dad both graduated from college.
Oh, wow, awesome. And then also, what's your sleep schedule like? Are you getting enough sleep at home?
Not really, no.
Okay. So, after talking for a little bit, do you think that is there anything that you can do to try and help higher your grades?
I probably could stay after more and try and focus more on my homework at home, but with my siblings, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah, that's understandable. There is a lot on your shoulders right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you could talk to your parents about how it's influencing you at all, or what do you think?
I mean, I could probably try, but I don't know if they'd necessarily listen to me.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what your parents are fighting about?
No.
What's your support system like? Do you have any friends that you could go to, or your
Mhm.
grandparents?
Yeah, my friends and my grandparents have been really helping me out. My grandparents will take my younger siblings when I'm, like, really busy in sports and stuff.
That's really nice of them to do too, to help out. How often do you see your grandparents?
Like 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. Have you talked to any of your teachers about trying to do anything to boost up your grades at all?
Not really, no. It's kind of hard for me to tell people about what's going on at home.
That's understandable. When there's so much going on, it can feel like a burden sometimes to talk about with anyone out of it. What do you think would be best for you right now? If in a perfect world, what would you change?
My mom and dad fighting would be the biggest thing. Because then I wouldn't have to take care of my siblings as much, and I'd be able to focus more on school.
Yeah, and I understand that it's putting a lot of stress on your schoolwork, but also, besides schoolwork, is it affecting you in any other ways?
I've just been stressed a lot, but that's really it.
Okay. Yeah. Here you're feeling stressed, and you feel like you have to take care of your siblings because your parents are always fighting. What gives you hope? What makes you think that things, will get better? And
I don't know, my grandparents have been, like, talking to my parents about everything, so I feel like that will help. But I don't, hopefully everything will get better. That's my big hope.
yeah. Do you see how any of the fighting affects your siblings at all? Or do you, like you said before, they're just too young to understand?
I think it's having an effect on, like, my 10-year-old sister. But the other two don't really, like, get it because they're only 5 and 3. But I think my 10-year-old sister's been kind of noticing things. So it's been hard for her, too.
Do you ever talk to her about them?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And then, how often are you getting enough food? Like, you're making sure you eat regularly on time? Okay. So you said 90s are about, the grade that you are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe if you could try and find some time outside of home and like trying to stay after or working on homework with your friends when you have time, do you think those things are possibilities to help you?
Yeah, definitely. I think if I talk to my teachers about it, they'd understand everything better, and that would be helpful too.
Yeah. Do you which teachers do you
Probably all of them.
all of them?
Yeah.
Do you think by the next time that we meet you can try and talk to a few of your teachers
Mm-hmm.
and see what they say about the situation and how they could help possibly?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have any difficulties talking to them about anything, you can come to me and I can try and help you figure out a way to best say how you're feeling to them.
Okay.
What do your parents do for work?
My dad does like construction management, and my mom works at a bank.
Okay. So those also seem to be jobs that might take up a lot of their time.
Yeah.
So and then when they get home,
Yeah.
they're fighting. I have these consent forms. For these ones, it basically just says that we cannot reveal any information that you give to us without your written permission, so we need that to say anything. The only expectations to that is if there's a threat to you or others, indication of abuse or neglect of a minor, and then just, things like that you can read over.
Okay.
Because you are a minor, you're going to need your parents' signature on this.
Okay.
Do you think that'll be a problem getting, or do you think they'll...
They might be confused as to why I came here, because I don't think they know that my grades have been this bad. But, I mean, I probably could convince them to sign.
Okay. And, do you think if you tell them what's going on, well, how do you think they will react when you ask them to sign the papers?
I think my mom will be fine with it. My dad might be kind of harder to get to sign it, because he really wants me to have good grades so I can go to college and do good and be successful.
Do you have any plans to want to go to college or for any specific major?
I think I'd want to go for like English major or something like that.
Okay. So here is that for you to have signed. And if you have any problems having them sign it, you can let me know.
Okay.
Do you think once you explain the situation to your parents, do you think they will understand and want to be able to help? Or do you think they'll just...
I feel like if I explain how much it's been affecting me more than they realize, then I think they'll maybe try and like stop fighting as much, and maybe if they realize that it's not just affecting me but like my younger sister too, that could also like change things, but I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Especially when it's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And have you been able to find time to do any of the homework? Or do you do find time, but it's hard for you to concentrate on the homework?
I do find time, but it's like hard for me to concentrate because I have to help my younger siblings with their work and do other things for them too, so.
What kind of responsibilities are you doing at home for them?
I make sure they have food to eat. I get them ready for bed. I'll read to them. Help them with their homework, stuff like that.
And how long does that usually take you?
A couple hours.
Mm-hmm. And what time do you regularly get to bed?
It depends on the day. Sometimes it's like 12. Other times it can be earlier or later even.
So what I'm hearing is you have to take on a lot of responsibilities at home, helping your siblings with homework, getting them fed.
Mm-hmm.
How does all that stress make you feel? I understand that it causes you to have problems at school, but do you think there's anything else that it's affecting?
I don't know. Maybe it was like my relationship with my friends because I don't really get time to hang out with them as much. But other than that, not really anything.
Do you get to hang out with them while you're at your track practice?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And like when my grandparents take my siblings, I'll go hang out with my friends too. And they'll help me with school stuff.
How often do you get to hang out with your friends?
Sometimes every day, sometimes not.
It all just depends on what's going on that day.
Yeah.
Alright, well I think what we should work on before we meet next time is getting the consent form signed.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to communicate with teachers and seeing if there's any possibilities for them to be able to help you or find ways to be able to get the higher grades that you would like. Is there anything that you want to anything that we didn't touch upon that you want to talk about, or any concerns that you have?
I guess I have a question.
Yeah.
I guess, should I have my 10-year-old sister go talk to someone since I can tell that the fighting's been affecting her, or no?
How has the fighting been affecting her that you've noticed?
I feel like she gets stressed out easily now, but I wouldn't say as much as I do.
Yeah, which is understandable because you have more responsibilities on your shoulders. I think that maybe a possibility would be to, while you're talking to your parents about the consent and about how the fighting has been affecting you, to maybe bring her up and see if the fighting calms down and see if she becomes, less stressed. And then if the fighting continues, I think it would be good to see if there's anyone she can talk to.
Okay.
I think that would be best.
Okay.
Well, thank you for meeting today.
Thank you for having me.
I'll see you. When's the next time do you think that you'd be able to get the consent form filled?
I'll probably need a couple weeks.
A couple weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll plan a meeting in a week just to catch up and see how you're doing.
Okay.
And then in a couple weeks you can hand that in and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.